Classical nude art, right-pointing arrow painting. Birth of photography. For thousands of years before the invention of photography, the human body existed in art mainly through painting and sculpture. The nude was not simply a visual subject, it was a philosophical idea. Artists shaped the body according to the values of their time: beauty, divinity, heroism, morality, or perfection. In ancient Greece, nude sculpture became a symbol of harmony and ideal proportion. The body was carefully balanced, mathematically structured, almost elevated beyond ordinary human life. Muscles were refined, posture controlled, emotion restrained. These figures were not portraits of real individuals. They were visions of ideal humanity. This classical tradition deeply influenced later European art, especially during the Italian Renaissance. Artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci studied anatomy obsessively, believing that understanding the body meant understanding nature itself. Painting and sculpture became tools for transforming flesh into something timeless. But even realism in painting remained interpretive. Every painted nude passed through the artist's hand, imagination, and judgment. The painter decided what to soften, what to emphasize, what to hide, and what to idealize. Light could flatter. Anatomy could be perfected. Imperfections could disappear completely. Then, in the 19th century, photography arrived. And suddenly, the relationship between art and the human body changed forever. The camera introduced something radically new: mechanical vision. Instead of the body being translated through brushstrokes or carved into marble, it could now be captured directly through light itself. For the first time, the nude body appeared with a level of immediacy and detail that painting had never fully achieved. This created excitement, but also anxiety. Early photographers often tried to imitate painting because photography was not yet fully accepted as art. Nude models were posed like classical sculptures or mythological figures. Soft lighting and staged compositions attempted to preserve the elegance of traditional painting. In many ways, early photography borrowed legitimacy from centuries of classical nude art. But the camera could not completely behave like a brush. A photograph carried a strange sense of reality. Even staged images felt more personal, more immediate. The body no longer appeared imagined, it appeared present. Skin texture, asymmetry, and accidental details became impossible to ignore. This realism changed how viewers emotionally experienced nudity. Classical paintings often created distance through mythology, symbolism, or ideal beauty. Photography reduced that distance. The viewer was no longer looking at an interpretation of a body, but what felt like direct evidence of one. Because of this, nude photography quickly became controversial. Some viewed it as scientific study or fine art. Others saw it as morally dangerous. The same society that accepted painted nudes in museums often reacted very differently to photographic nudity. Yet photography also expanded artistic possibilities. Painters and sculptors had frozen the body into timeless ideals. Photography introduced the body as moment, atmosphere, and lived reality. The nude could now be intimate, documentary, psychological, or deeply personal. The camera captured vulnerability in ways classical art rarely attempted. Over time, photography stopped imitating painting and developed its own visual language. Shadows, framing, grain, motion, and raw realism became artistic tools. The nude body evolved from symbolic perfection into emotional presence. And that transition changed modern art forever. Because the birth of photography did more than invent a new medium. It transformed the way humanity looked at the body itself, from something artists imagined, to something the camera could suddenly reveal with unsettling honesty.